2019 Tacoma 4-cylinder 2.7 SR package 4-wheel drive. I've seen a lot of people say that they don't like to tow with it. They don't want to tow with it. It's a small truck. I don't like towing, blah, blah, blah. All right, so yeah, it's not an F350. It's not going to tow 10, 12, 14,000 pounds. But what will it tow? So right now, I got a 5x10 trailer on here with a Kubota RTV 900 diesel 4-wheel drive, buggy, side-by-side, UTV, whatever you want to call it. It weighs 2,000 pounds. The trailer approximately weighs about 800 pounds. All right, so you can do the math. Nothing special on here. Just your standard hitch. No sway bars, nothing like that. You can see the truck does not have a ridiculous amount of sag to it in the back. It's not jacked up in the front or anything, so it's actually pretty leveled off right now, so good amount of rake to it. Kubota swallows up the trailer. But the trailer's rated for about 3,000 pounds or so doing just fine. Now, I did drive to this location through town to get here to see how it was going to do first. I haven't towed anything this heavy with it before. I've towed close to about 1,500 pounds or so with it, 2,000 maybe, and it did fine, and that was interstate driving. Now, fuel mileage does go way down. It's about like 14 now. Usually I get, 20, but that's neither here nor there. It takes off good, it stops good. The only issue I have noticed is when you go 65 miles an hour on cruise control. Okay, I have it in Sport 4 with ECT power on. All right, so Sport 4 ECT power on, cruise control, 65 miles an hour. When you hit an incline, it doesn't know what RPM it wants to stay at. It jumps between 3,000 and 5,000, particularly when you go up an incline, okay? When you're on flat ground, it's totally fine, totally happy at 65 miles an hour. But as soon as you hit the incline, it starts to get unhappy, and it doesn't know where it wants to go. So we'll take you for a ride to see how it does. Again, it takes off fine. In town is perfect. I mean, you really don't even know it's there. Yeah, the ride's a hair bit more bouncy, but takes off fine, stops fine. So let's go on a highway, 65 miles an hour, and see what it does. Before we get you on a ride, I want to show you the hitch real quick. All right, this is Kurt. I bought this truck brand spanking new, and being that it was the SR package, the base model, it didn't come with a hitch, so I had to put this on myself, and I wired up the lights. The lights are very easy to do. Let's go on a ride. Okay, Sport 4. Not 5, not 3, not 2, not 1, but 4 seems to be the happiest. ECT power is on. All right. So right now I'm just driving in an empty parking lot. And I'll try to do this the best I can while being safe. Driving with one hand when I get on the highway. So it might be a little bumpy, might be a little shaky. You'll have to deal. Alright, so right now we're still in town driving, cruising about 25. It does just fine. If you need something to be moved in town, it's gonna be a-okay. And if you don't have to go on interstate driving, interstate riding, and even if you have to go up to 4,000 pounds, then you got to move something in an emergency or whatever, you're going to be just fine. But at a distance is where I'm really noticing that could potentially be a problem with this automatic transmission. All right, so just took off from a stop. Again, like I've said, especially with ECT power on, that really makes the world of difference. I'm actually pleasantly surprised at how well the truck takes off and stops. And right now we're coming to a stop, just doing fine. A-okay. About to hit bypass here real quick. Taking a fairly sharp turn. Handling the turns just fine. It's handling bumps just fine. Of course, like I said, it is a little bit more bumpy as if compared to we were empty. Alright, getting up at 50 miles an hour, this is where things get slightly interesting. Sorry for the shakiness. Alright, see, it just jumped. Try to get up to 65. Okay, set it 65. You can see it's jumping up to about 4,700 RPMs. We're on flat ground right now. Once it figures out where it's at, things will start to calm down a little bit. Now we're cruising on 4th gear, 3,000 RPMs, flat ground, life is good. As soon as you hit that incline, it'll jump up to 5 and hang on to 5 for a pretty good long time. Even the slightest little incline will cause that. And like I said, if you're going on a distance, I could see how that could get extremely annoying and potentially problematic. Okay, we're at the end of our short-lived endeavor. Alright, I have a lot of experience towing heavy equipment at very long distances. Okay, if you have a 4-cylinder Tacoma like I do, I love the truck, it's going to do just fine. Safety is not a concern when you're towing underneath 4,000 pounds with this if you're staying in town, okay? I'm gonna let you be the judge of whether you want to tow at highway speeds with this or not. If you had to, I think it's totally fine. I don't think it's gonna be all too much of an issue. But it does get extremely annoying when RPMs get up and down like the way they do. I really just think that it's part of the programming on these automatic transmissions and at cruise control. If you're able to stay at 60 miles an hour with a semi-heavy load for this truck, I think you'll be just fine. Again, I'm pleasantly surprised at how well it takes off and how well it stops. Safety is not a concern here. It's just really a matter of aggravation. And if you don't like the way the truck feels when it's really, I guess, hunting for gears or trying to figure out what RPM is best going up an incline. So if you live in a hilly area, you're looking at getting a 4-cylinder like this and you want to tow heavy loads for this, I wouldn't do it. I would get a V6. All right. If you live in a flatland area and you don't really want to tow all that much, or you're gonna do moderate towing with it, not something this heavy, 4-cylinder is just fine. All right. So I appreciate you guys watching. I really hope this was an informative and helpful video. Please leave questions down in the comment section below and I will do the best I can to answer them for you. Thank you and have a great day.